if you are currently checking your defense log, you will have for sure some of those mass thrower strategies in there. But in my opinion, I feel like the Zap version out of this strategy is just better in my opinion. I will go through some attacks and will try to explain why I think so. So let's dive into the attacks. Let's have some fun. Okay, first things first. One thing why I think this strategy is just straight up better is because you have more control over the attack. What do I mean by that? Well, mass throwers, you're pretty much just kind of gambling on if you're running into traps or not, because you have not many tools to work your way around them. With this approach here, you have more tools to work with that. So let's get something like let's make this work. So first off, just get the warden. Like with this one, you can just do the warden walk. You can have a nice funnel, and that's the first thing. The funnel of this warden allows you later on to combine the queen with the king, which makes their push just way stronger than what you're doing with the mass thrower approach. Which means you do have not queen on one side and the king on the other, instead you have both of them combined. The next thing is what you're doing with those lightnings. You're pretty much just going for something where you're trying to create better pathing, you are trying to take down some buildings which are out of reach for your throwers, something like that. So for us on this one, since I feel like we should go into the town hall later on, is this core. That should be our highest priority to take that out. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So just like this, 1, 2, and then just like that. Getting that rage tower out is super crucial. The next part for us is, okay, I will try to get the warden. Come on, I tried to get the warden back to the right, but it seems like he wants to go around the top side. Not the worst, so let's do that. So we have those walking around the top side, and then on the top left, we're going to have everything walking in. But this so far looks pretty solid. So we can already start with the king and queen on this side, and then later on we have the lock launcher going through the core. I was planning to go into the town hall, so that's why I did not lightning like Inferno Tower or something. But overall, things should be completely fine. Let's use another test loon. That's okay. Lock launcher now can be used up here. We can as well use wall breaks. I think they should even target that wall. Yep, exactly. So that's even easier then for us to actually get that access to the core. Let's do another wall break. So make sure that the throwers are actually going in there. The lock launcher is supporting obviously as well. King is going to rejoin that archer queen. Let's use the druid here to support that queen. We have the king ability in just a second. So things are looking really good for us. We even have the royal champion not even deployed yet. So that's really good. But for now, let's be careful a little bit with that warden. He has to survive because we need those, like the aura, obviously, for obvious reasons. Poison. Totem here. Now the question is, I think we're just going to use the Royal on this side because I don't really know what else I want to do. So let's pop that ability. And at this point, like, take a look. I mean, base is gone, right? Like, there's no chance of fighting back for this poor base. Let's use a baby dragon here, kind of sneaky. This wall break. Oh, we should maybe use headhunters. That might help a little bit for his heroes, but hey, we don't even really need that. And in the end, easily crushed base. So what was I trying to explain here when it comes down to the difference? In my opinion, you just have literally more control over your attack with this approach. And as soon as you have crossed a certain skill level, having control is always something super important, super crucial. And if you have passed a certain level of like your ranking, mass throwers are going to fall off quite a bit because people are start baiting them. And trust me, if you're running into a ton of spring traps, your day isn't the greatest. Let's put that way. Like, you will suffer quite a bit. So with this one, it is just the perfect sweet spot between having the control, but at the same time being able to really take advantage of the current power of those throwers. And with that being said, let's do some more attacks. Okay, and instead of talking about like the differences now between those armies compositions, I think this time around we should concentrate on how exactly do you even play this attack strategy, right? Like, what are you looking for? What are you going for? And I feel like for this one, we can just go for a nice warden walk somewhere where we're interrupting some, like where we're creating some type of pathing, right? And something where it's usually really easy is just at those corners. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. So like one test loon, this, healers behind, and then those two furnaces. The one walk should last around about 60 seconds, not any longer. Otherwise, it's really likely that you're going to run into time issues. But now the next step is the lightning. So what are we going for here? I feel like for the lightnings, we can just go for things which are either out of reach, which are tricky for the funneling or such, or something like the bomb hive, because that is just super annoying to deal with for the throwers. So that's something we can do right here. So let's do that. Let's use the lightnings. We can as well take down one of those fire spitters quite easily, like that. Nice. So we took down the entire core. Oh, we need to be careful a little bit here. But as soon as that infernal tower is gone, we're going to send in then the throwers with the ice golem and such. Ice golem in. Warden come back. Yes, thank you. Next step for us is the ice golem on this side. King, queen in here. I feel like I do not even need the lock launcher, so we're just instead going to use the siege barracks, because the lock launcher is not giving us too much. The monolith should be pretty useless, to be honest. I would just still use the totem because it was on my king. But it should be still kind of useless because my throwers can easily reach that. Let's use that king ability. Let's use that royal champion up here as well to force my throwers into the base. That's at least right now my thinking. And then eventually we're just going to finish at the town hall. My throwers at this point are pretty unkillable because we have Tesloons. We have the king and queen working their way around as well. We can support them as well with the druid. So that's something nice we can do now. And yeah, there's just no way of my troops even going down. It's only a time question at this point. So that's everything we have to worry about. At this point though, let's use that Roger ability so she's staying further back. That's quite nice. Skeleton spell, I feel like at the town hall section should be really nice. So we're not using it for the revenge tower. Instead, we can use the totem spell here. That should be a nice thing. Maybe I will just use the skeleton spell next to make sure that the guardian is not on my throwers for now. That would be nice. Roger, unfortunately, is going to go down. It is what it is. Should be still completely fine. We can use a wall break. See if we can trigger some traps here with that. Let him just walk in there. Do some work. We should have the queen ability, by the way, so we could actually pop, we should, by the way, pop that. Next question, let's use that here. Use the rage here, headhunter. And then we can just nicely collect a 3-star wall break. Baby dragon, everything in here, just like spam everything in. And as I said, like the only thing with this strategy is just find a spot where you're getting your funneling quick enough that you're not running out of time. Because power-wise, it feels really, really tough to actually run out of power with this strategy. So that's like the biggest and most trickiest thing, I assume. Okay, next base, next attack. What can we go for right here? So, first things first, we could go... Not 100% sure on this base, to be honest. I mean, the one walk at the top side looks pretty decent. The lightnings then, maybe in the core, I think that should be fine. So let's just do that, because I don't really have another idea. So I will just do my first thought. Then the lightnings in here, I guess. Like that. Okay. So we got as well the hero bell, which is going to make this one walk at the top side way easier. But something which I wanted to mention while my warden is doing its job is... Actually, I'm a really big fan of what the current direction is when it comes down to the meta of Clash of Clans, because I feel like there's a lot of crying right now out there, but I'm not really sure if this complaining has any substance. It's like, it feels like at this point many people are as well just complaining because they like to complain. I feel like some creators are just complaining because it gets you more views. It's like, it's a really weird situation, because I think the overall direction what people are asking for is actually happening. We have a more diverse meta, like already now, with like still missing a ton of new levels, but already now you have many different strategies you can play. And yes, there are still some issues, don't get me wrong. I think I should raise here. Like for example, that the mass thrower one tile attacks, type of attacks, should not really be as efficient, or like should not work as it is right now. But with the fix of few little interactions, you can actually like balance those really well. For example, one of the things, the life gem, obviously, like, should not get nerfed into oblivion or anything, but if you just have black mines, for example, one-shotting healers again, when you have 7 red mines hitting your healers, yep, they're going to die again. Like, when you're changing those little things, things like this strategy are completely fine. By the way, I should use the lock launcher. I'm not sure why I'm not dropping it. So those strategies then should be completely fine while still being strong. And the same thing with like throwers, for example. They should have like the last buff reverted. Well, I think it would be pretty cool to keep the movement speed because this troop really likes to time fail. And again, it's not about killing something. It's like literally you would just nerf the 100 hit points and 10 DPS or something. I think it should be already pretty much enough mostly. So yeah, I think the current meta overall is in a really, really good spot. And yeah, it's just strange that still so many complaints are then out there when most of the things people are asking for are actually happening. It's I don't know. I don't get it a lot of times. I don't get it. It's like it's super weird to me. But hey, let's just concentrate on the last couple of seconds on the attack. So we're making sure that I'm not throwing like I like to do. Let's put them in here. Let's get that triple in. So yeah, so that's something which I really want to say because I feel like right now a lot of things are. Again, I don't know why. You can only speculate, but a lot of things are right now really taken in a negative way, which I think is kind of sad because a lot of things are actually, which are actually happening, are exactly what people are asking for, yet people are still complaining. So it is strange. But what I think, at least from my perspective, I like the current direction. We have already a really big variety on Town Hall 18. It's way better than what we had on Town Hall 17. Obviously, some of the latest balance changes need to be a little tweaking and really talking about minor things. As I said, you can either change the life gem, you can, which you have maybe a Sam level, like a Black Mine level coming, right? So that interaction would change again. Red Mines, as I said, if we have 7 of them, they should take down healers even with a life gem. So if you change those little interactions, like the game is in such a good spot overall, in my opinion, meta-wise. And then we have like new levels still coming for possible like other troops like Super Yetis. We have the Foreigners. We have runes or like rocket loons. We have dragons. Like when all of those strategies are viable then as well, like come on. This is the most strategies we ever had viable in like, what is it, 5+ years or something crazy? It is kind of insane. Even lightnings are back with the throwers. So yeah, I don't know. It is a bit confusing for me right now. And let me know if you see it in a different way, but please explain it to me. I really want to understand it. Like, what exactly are people right now complaining about? The one thing which I can understand, like there's one thing which I can understand, and I'm kind of in the same boat, and that is myself, and I think a group of other players would like to have like a league which is above Legends or call it the same as Legends. I don't really care what the name is, or if people feeling like, oh, I want to be in the highest league as well. Call it Legend 1 and Legend 2 or something. I don't really care. Let people say, hey, I'm in Legend, and like they're just saying they're whatever. Like I don't really care about that. But like that highest league should be the max 10,000 players, maybe 5,000 players. And then you can have the old modifiers back because there's such a little amount of those sweaty players out there, including myself. But let them just sweat if they want. Like what's the problem here, right? If it's only those few thousand players, it's not really bothering you for if you're like then in the 90,000 right now Legend player base, right? Like this is the only thing which I would like to see right now really changed, I guess. But yeah, again, let me know what you think. But either way, this was not even the purpose of this video. I'm sorry. Sometimes I like to talk Clash too much. But either way, thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next Clash one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.